What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is NCIS Season 18, Episode 13, Misconduct. So let me tell you, I actually rewrote the ending a little bit to kind of fit more what should have happened. So, we're in the courtroom, right? And the judge goes, Madam Foreman, what is the jury's verdict on the case of Parker James, or I think that was his name? So the foreman stands up. She goes, Your Honor, we find the defendant, Parker James, guilty on all counts. And then he stands up. He's like, what? But I don't understand. How could you trust him? He attacked a guy. And then the foreman looks him in the face and goes, Sir, he attacked a man who was killing dogs. And on top of that, he didn't even lie about how he felt. So I'm kind of inclined to entrust the man on what he was saying. And then everybody applauds. Parker James gets hauled off to jail. The team finds out that his wife is the one that killed the biker, so they haul her off to jail too. And then they all get together and they're all celebrating. Gibbs gets handed his gun and badge back by Vance, and Vance goes, Gibbs, I'm really sorry. I don't know what's been happening. These past few episodes have been acting like a total moron. It's almost like a pack of morons got together and wrote me to be an idiot. So here you go. You're welcome back on the team. I shouldn't have suspended you for that long for something so simple and honestly very understandable. So welcome back to the team, Gibbs. Thanks for having me. And then everybody applauds. They're clapping. The writing team for these past few episodes, they get fired, and then everybody boos them as they leave set. Brilliant ending to this episode, because this freaking episode is so stupid. So stupid. This storyline has got to be one of the dumbest storylines I think I've ever seen. For Gibbs to get suspended for what he did, it makes sense. Not indefinitely. If he had gotten suspended, though, for what he did, attacking a man, I would have been like, okay, you know what? I get it. Like, I understand why Gibbs did it, but I understand why he had to get suspended, because you can't just go around attacking people, even if they are guilty. You can't just do that, especially when they're unarmed. So I get the suspension. But everything that's followed has made it seem like what Gibbs did is just so awful. I mean, he's going to ruin his reputation. People are not going to look at him the same. They're not going to trust him in court. Why? He attacked a man who was killing dogs. That would put him a notch up in everybody's list. They would honestly ask, why did you suspend him? They would give him a medal. Because what he did is not something that people look down upon. But the show is treating it like, can you believe he attacked a guy who was killing dogs? Ignore that. He attacked a guy. Who cares why he did it, even though everybody understands why and everybody would do the exact same thing in his freaking situation. No, just focus on the fact he attacked a man. An innocent man who was killing dogs. He attacked him. So many dumb scenes in this. Vance being an idiot, the prosecutor being a total idiot, the jury and the old woman at the end being a total idiot. Gibbs honestly being kind of an idiot, because even the scene on the stand, whenever the defense attorney is asking him all these questions, and he's like, "Do you have any remorse?" And he's just like, "No," and doesn't say anything else. I'm like, no, that's where you say, why would I have remorse for for attacking a guy who's killing dogs? Why would I be remorseful about that? Like, he deserved it. And the people in the jury would be like, yeah, he did. And then what's funnier is the attorney goes on and he's like, he has a history of coloring outside the lines to get his brand of justice. Why wouldn't he fabricate or lie about my client to get him? He just said the truth. He could have lied. He could have said, yeah, I do feel a little bad about that. But he didn't. And there would be no way to call him out on that if he did lie. So the fact that he was so open book about everything, he even did a freaking interview in a newspaper about it, shows he's not a liar. Does he go outside the lines a little bit sometimes? Absolutely. But only when he deems necessary, and in this case, it was necessary. But for your client, he wouldn't lie about that. He would tell the truth. So, that point is not made. Like, his whole point was just, it should have gone right over the jury's head, but like, that makes no sense, what you just said there. That doesn't tie together. Him not lying right there about what he did does not make your point about him possibly lying to get your client convicted. Like, that would be stupid of him. That wouldn't make sense in what he just did. That doesn't tie together. So I don't know what strings you're trying to tie together here, Mr. Attorney, but you're way off base. Just so stupid. So many scenes. So stupid. And I knew it was coming too. Because about halfway through the episode, whenever they find out the witness was killed, and so they're like, oh, well, Gibbs is going to have to take the stand. And the team's like working really hard, but they can't seem to find the smoking gun to put, James away. I'm thinking, okay, so what's going to happen is Gibbs is going to get up and testify. It's not going to work. They're going to find him not guilty because for some reason the jury is going to find him attacking a dog killer. Just so, I can't believe he would do something like that. And he's going to get off not guilty, and then the team's going to find something at the end that's going to win the day, and sure enough, that's basically what happened. Now, I didn't realize Gibbs was going to help, but yeah, the fact that that is what happened, I'm just like, it's going to be stupid, and it was stupid, because there's no way in our real life that this would happen. This whole idea that in the court of public opinion, that Gibbs would be looked down upon for what he did, that would not happen. Maybe by a small minority. There might be some people out there who are like, God, I can't believe he would attack a man over killing dogs. Like, I'm not saying killing dogs is okay, but you still don't want to attack people over that. There are very few people out there who think that way. Most of us, we see that as a heroic deed. We go, yes, can I get a lick in, please? Because if you own a dog, if you own any animal, and you realize the animals are just as important, like, beings, like, you can't just attack them and kill them like that and be okay with it. No, God, I'm just, this episode was rough to get through. No pun intended. So many moments I had to just pause and take a breath because of how frustrated I was getting. I'm just like, how did this season go from, it was pretty good. Like the first, 6 episodes, I guess, all the stuff building up to what was going on with Fornell and his daughter. Like, there was a lot of that I was really enjoying. I was invested. I wanted to see more. And then once that all wrapped up, it's just like all of a sudden, nope, we're done. We're done being good this season. We're gonna go to complete shit now. Hope you enjoy. So. So anyways, yeah, I know I'm probably harping on it a lot, but to be fair, it's really stupid. And anybody who doesn't think it is, I'd love to hear your opinions as to why this is not the dumbest storyline ever, because none of it makes any sense. None of it at all. It doesn't. Maybe it makes sense in this fictional world where somehow dogs are considered just absolute crap and who cares if somebody is killing them, right? In this world, maybe, but in the real world, in our world, which this is supposed to be based on, this would not be treated the way it is. The jury and the old woman would not be looking at Gibbs going, oh, he has no remorse attacking a man who killed dogs? It just does not work like that. So this whole storyline has been absolute shit. I've hated every minute of it, and I hope it's done now, because, again, Gibbs helped the team at the end, so hopefully Vance is going to be like, you know what, maybe I was being too harsh. Or maybe after this episode it got so much backlash that they just fired the writing team and they decided to renege this whole storyline and go, no, never mind. We're not gonna act like that ever happened, because that was really stupid of us. But yeah. I'm done. Oh, I'm so done with this season. I'm ready to move on. So, with all that being said, I guess we're moving on to the next episode. I don't know what Gibbs was looking at. Apparently someone's murder at the end. It was some older lady. I don't know if that was who that was supposed to be. We didn't see the reporter that he's been kind of chatting up and maybe starting something with her. We didn't see her in this episode, and I don't know if that was supposed to be her, because it happened so quick, and I don't really remember what the lady looks like now, because I've not watched this show in like 3 or 4 days. So maybe that was her, or maybe this was the old lady that pointed out the dog killer to Gibbs. I don't know, but I guess we'll go on to the next episode. Hopefully it's a little bit better than this one. We'll see. On to it. I'll see you there. And now episode 14, Unseen Improvements. So this one was better in the sense that we didn't really focus on the whole Gibbs storyline, thankfully. Although at least they did reference, yeah, it sounds like you got railroaded, Gibbs. So at least they are making sense in some terms now. But no, I mean, I thought it was at least better in that sense, but at the same time, it still wasn't that good because whenever you bring up this storyline of, well, Phineas's uncle is in town and he's looking for him and he's trying to track him down, I mean, that in itself should be a lot more exciting than this episode turned out to be. You know, yes, them getting run off the road and it seems like Phineas is kidnapped and we're like, holy crap, what's going on? But then turns out he just got away, and then he shows up at Gibbs's house, and then the team finds what's going on. You know, apparently his uncle's son needing a bone marrow transplant, and then it's pretty easy for Gibbs to just take down the two guys that show up, and then Phineas is like, yeah, I'll give him a transplant, and then that was it. So it just, I don't know, it seemed very straightforward. There wasn't a whole lot of investigating being done. It was very quick, the little bit of investigation that was done, and it felt like there wasn't a whole lot of tension because Gibbs seemed in control of the whole situation, like, from the get-go. So yeah, I don't know, it felt like it should have been a bit more intense than it was, and it felt like it should have been maybe a little bit more twisty and turny than it was. So I don't know, it wasn't bad because it wasn't as much stupid stuff, but it still feels like there was a lot of potential in this episode that was sort of wasted. However, all that being said, it's not like there was no stupid stuff in it, because of course we've got the whole Bishop and Torres storyline still going on, and they finally, I guess, talk about it in this episode. I don't know if they're actually finally getting together or not. As I've made it very clear, I don't think they'd make a good couple, but I'm also sick and tired of this whole will they won't they storyline that they've been doing for like the past 3 seasons almost. So yeah, I'm just like, you know what, if you're going to do it at this point, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to be a fan of it, but just do it. At least it'll be done. Kind of like how I felt about Oliver and Felicity on Arrow. Thought it was a stupid relationship, thought they didn't really work as a couple, but the show clearly wanted them together because they knew the fans did, and that's the only reason they did it. And that kind of feels like why they're putting these two together. There's probably a lot of Ellie and Nick shippers out there, and they're like, oh, well, we gotta put them together because the fans want to see it. It's like, well, so? There's a lot of stuff the fans probably want to see that doesn't make sense because, you know, some fans are stupid. But sure, go ahead and force this relationship that's not in real life would not work. But sure, let's just go ahead and say it'll work. But anyways, yeah, that's about it for this episode. So of the two, it was the least bad, but God, compared to that last episode, it wasn't much further down that it could have gone in terms of quality and writing. So, yeah, 2 more episodes for this season. 1 more review to get through, then I'll be done with NCIS for now. And I gotta tell you, I did not expect to be this done with this show at the end of it. But God, these past 2 seasons, they've just had some really, really crappy writing decisions and really crappy character decisions. And I'm just sitting here going, what are they doing? You don't have to think too hard when you write your show. Like, you just have to write somewhat compelling drama and somewhat compelling character choices and then some funny lines here and then. And instead, it's like we've got a ton of lines that aren't that funny, a bunch of awkward comedy that doesn't work, a bunch of decisions that when you think about it for more than half a second, it's like, but that doesn't make sense based on what I know about this character. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just frustrated. But anyways, with all that being said, that's it for these 2 episodes. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What were your thoughts on these 2? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all the good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future NCIS reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.